Hey guys and gals, you ready for a trip? Here we have the Family Holiday Beach Resort by LEGO Friends. This is set number 42673, contains 1,140 pieces, retails for $129.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO, and yeah, that price doesn't sound too bad considering the price of going on vacation. Now it's kind of getting high, but look what we have here. We got Baby Turtle, Dolphin, Liann, Nova, Sage, Christopher, Mischa, and Aron. So we've got a nice bunch there. And honestly, just by first impressions, this looks very fun. This looks really fun to explore. Look at all the things we get to do here. Look at all these accessories. And we've got a slide and all that stuff. And just the box art alone is grabbing my attention. And now LEGO claims this set can be built from 1 to 4 builders, which is pretty cool because that means the family can pitch in and have fun too. Here's a better look at the minifigures and accessories we have on top. And yeah, look at all that you get in there. That's really cool. Now, let's look at the back here without whacking the camera. And yeah, this is pretty much the same thing that's on the front of the box. And I have a feeling this is all going to be stickers. I'm hoping some of that's at least printed. And yeah, this doesn't look too bad at all. I mean, this would be a nice little vacation set, especially for us who are stuck at home. Let's unbox this and see what kind of goodies we have inside here. Now, I don't expect sand and ocean waves to come flying out of the box, but, well, we can just pretend. Well, that side is always hard to untape for some reason. So, I don't know. And, well, yeah, let's pop it open and see exactly what we got in here. Okay, I thought these were going to be papered, so at least we could see inside here what's going on. And I think the best way I'm going to do this is scoop everything out and set it off to the side, and we'll go through it here. How about that? That makes it a little easier. Well, this time we're going to start with the instructions. Now, I'm going to use this as my tray to hold my bags. Now you have to muscle those open now. And yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 building guides. That's not too bad. And don't you over there, because we got, yeah, this is, let's pull this up here, and honestly, I am not in the mood to put all those on. And why doesn't LEGO print all this stuff? I don't know. That's a lot of stickers for this, especially these. We know these are going to go on wall panels and stuff. So, you know, why do I have to put the stickers on? Because it is a review offer. And we'll take a better look at the building guides now. So obviously we have that. So it looks like that's isolated. And what I'm looking for is, it says 1 to 4 builders. But what I'm gathering is, it looks like, I think 6 people can build this real easily. I think LEGO just does that to be a little comfortable on things. And yeah, well, let's see what the bag's here. And while I'm here, let's just organize them up here. Now I'm looking for things like brick separators and unique pieces. Well, so far there's 12 bags. That's a lot. Well, okay, here we go. So indeed it does come with a brick separator to help with the build. Now, I had a question asked. What do the sets usually start? All my reviews start off at 10s. So right now, except for the stickers, I'm leaning towards a 9 so far. We haven't built it yet, but I can't just judge the set on just that. But just by looking at the bags, it looks like we have a lot of bright colors, but I'm looking at more smaller pieces. So this set's obviously got more of the smaller stuff than something bigger. Why does it matter? Because I'm a mock builder and I like the big stuff. Alright, Alright, so we got some random pieces in a bag, and yes, we get slides. Cool, put that over there. So, indeed, it looks like we have 12 numbered bags. There's probably 2 bags per building guide, we don't know. A set of stickers and 6 building guides. And it doesn't look too terribly bad for what this is. And I'm sure this is going to be a fun one to build. Okay, now we're going to begin with the build preview, and just got done with the unboxing. And so first thing is, how am I going to break this thing down? There's 6 building guides. Could I do this in 6 build installments? Probably so. I may lean towards a building guide every session. We don't know yet. So before I really dig in there, let's take a look at building guide number 1. If it's just one bag, then I may just keep them like this. So it'd be easy to index. And rebuild the world. Well, we really do need that going on. And of course there's bag 1. And it's like, what's her name, Nova's taking a stroll. So it looks like bag 1 is just done in here. Now there's 12 bags, so how am I going to split this? I don't know. I think the best thing for me to do is to keep these about 25-30 minutes an installment. And we go from there. Okay, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So if there's 12 installments, and so be it. You know, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, it looks like bag 1 is just accessories. We might be covering bag 2 because I don't see the parts to. Let's see. I'm going to take a look here again. Yeah, we don't. So I think bags 1 and 2 are covered in the first one. So let me see here. Why don't I just plan better ahead? Well, that's the whole point about these. I don't see these things here. I do see the umbrellas. I think this part builds this thing in the back. So I think we're going to focus on this one here. And yeah, this looks like a very fun build. And don't worry, I've already scanned that QR code, so you don't have to waste your time doing that. And yeah, let's see here. And I think that's where we're going to start with today. Is this, and see how far we go here. Okay, let's begin. Let's build it. I know some of you have been chomping to bits at me doing more friend sets. And yes, that is what we're going to be doing today. We're off on a new adventure. This one's a vacation holiday, so we should have a lot of fun with this. Especially with these colorful pieces, and this one's in pretty good shape. Okay, let me drop the camera down here for you, so we're not just looking at some exploded view here. Okay, and then we'll just readjust as needed here. So what I'm going to do is just focus that in there, and I'm going to be building right here. So I'm going to get the crosshair there. And I almost forgot, whoops, the ring light. This thing I kind of wish was built onto this, but it's not, so I just have to deal with it. There we go. I'm all surrounded by wires and stuff in here, and I have a beanie laying on the table, which I don't know why. Okay, I think we're going to start with mini dolls and accessories first, but I have an index on what these are. Yes, so we're going to be starting with Nova. Doesn't look too complicated to put together. Oh, somebody's rolling their head. The whole point about doing friend sets in general is to see how well the builds are divided up. Are they interesting? And 2, especially for you guys out there, let your hair down. Just put these together. You know, they're fun. Put them together with your daughter. Or if you like this theme yourself, then so be it. Well, I'm finding the other one here, but I don't want that one. I'm trying to find... We got to put Nova together first, and she's got a life jacket on, so she's out having fun. And just looking at this alone kind of looks entertaining, and I cannot see the screen here doing it like that. Looks like more of a dude's head. Look at the goatee at the bottom, so it must go to him. I found all his parts, but I still haven't found all of Nova's parts yet. And honestly, I thought that was a girl at first, but... And yes, I've had my we'll get to him, but I've had my hair long, and yeah, that's the hair that goes to him. Matter of fact, he's already done, and we're still trying to find her. I think she's probably got the most accessories, especially when her wig doesn't want to go on right. Does she have accessories, or is that it? Not too bad. And this is how I'm going to do the, you know, eventually I'm going to do reviews like this. And did I skip one? Or did I go out of order? It just shows Nova, but it doesn't show this guy. Let me make sure here before I lecture somebody here. Okay, I'm going to have to lecture Lego. Lego, you're forgetting some steps in here. It just shows Christopher. But how do we put them together? I mean, I know they're probably about the same, but still, I would have just figured skip the life jacket. No, he's got a life jacket, so I guess we have to infer. And yeah, this guy's going to be something we're going to have fun with here. And yes, I've tried that little goatee look, and that does not look good on me, so I won't. Look at that. I thought this was a girl. No, this is Christopher. Let me bring him up real close. You know, they should have gave this guy dreads. Would have looked a little better. And in addition, we got a surfboard. We got to put a sticker on that. That's sticker number 1, which is this one right here. And yeah, so the whole intent of doing this style of set is to just kind of explore it, and that's how those go on. And then the next thing we have is the suitcase, and you got to put the passport inside. Now here's the deal. I don't like using these because I know things will break on these. I will not put this in here because that joint there will fatigue eventually, and these will snap in half. But here's the passport here. Kind of cool, huh? Yeah, I know my hands are torn up. For those who don't know, yes, I work, and it's not Lego. Now, the next accessory here is a 5-cent coin. We're not putting that in there, so we'll just pretend that that's in there, because these will fatigue. Whoops. These will, this will break. So no, we're not going to put that in there. And we have all the accessories done. So the mini dolls, so I'll just have it indexed as Nova, Christopher, and accessories for that section. Not too bad. Now it looks like we're building some sort of thing. I'm not sure what that is. We'll find out eventually. And yeah, let's get going here. We got to have Christopher and Nova. You know, honestly, I guess these two would make a great little couple, huh? Doesn't Nova like that other guy? I don't know. I don't keep up with the storylines on these. It's more just fun to mess around with them. Some of these guys are so scared of friend sets. Oh, I have a lot of fun with these. I don't care. I don't care if people judge me or not, because their opinions mean nothing to me. So I just do what I want to do. And honestly, I have more fun putting these together than city sets. Matter of fact, I've gotten tired of doing all the big city sets, so this is more of a treat than anything here. So right, get that away. It's rubbing up against the wall there. I hate when you hear that little rubbing thing. Okay, so it looks like this is maybe some kind of a paddle boat, or it could be a double a float lounge, if I'm making any sense. So I don't know what this is here. I remember the first time I saw that magenta color was in the Friends sets. I thought that was the coolest color. I was thinking of nightclubs and stuff. Alright. So I got to make 2 of these here. Keep that part out. But the whole point about doing Lego building as an adult is to have fun with this. You know, there's so much seriousness going on in the world right now. Let's not do boring things here. Okay, so these are some kind of a drink. Maybe it's coconuts. With the little straw hanging out of the top. So it looks like 2 members of our vacation crew are going to have a lot of fun here. Oh, we haven't got to Aron yet. He's got the broccoli here, so that'll be a lot of fun to mess with. I gotta have fun with these folks. I can't just make these serious. And this is a color that I really don't like to see these in, is this light blue. What I call aviation or sea blue. I just don't use it for anything. We don't know what it's for though. But the whole thing about just doing this is to relax, and oh yeah, I got a bunch of stories. And we'll get that after we get done with this here. It was last week, oh, and today is the 1st of July 2025. And yeah, last week was not fun, and I'll explain what went on later on in the video. It was not fun. I did not have fun at all. So you'll have to stick around for the rant. It won't be rants too much. It'll just be, okay, this is what happens. I know some people don't like the stories. If you don't, there's other channels who just speed through these for you. It's like this is some sort of a slide. And we grabbed the Dolphin and set him by there. I got 3 glasses because one of them goes on the top of Nova. Okay, I forgot to put that on there. She's got to have her sunglasses. They could be little goggles. I don't know. Yeah, she got to shove that right in her scalp, right in her head too. That's got to hurt. And that takes care of. I'm just going to say this is. Looks like a little party float. We got the slide. Can they slide down here? Here, Christopher likes slides. Let's throw him down on there, huh? Oh, he does fit in there. I think that's what that's for. So do they fit inside there? Yeah, their rear ends and stuff do fit in there. Okay, I think that's what it's for. I think this is also meant so you can actually float around in the water and stuff, and yeah, that's what this is. Just a little party float. And this is what we have remaining for bag 1. And yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright, now we're going to move on to bag 2. And while I'm setting this up here, everyone, thank you to my contributors on the main channel. I appreciate it. It's always fun to see names on there. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and my Rebrickable customers. I appreciate it. Thank you to a few who like to comment on here a lot, and I could think of some names like Amy, Janet, and Snowy. I'm always appreciative of seeing the new comments as well, so that kind of thing. Thank you for subscribing and leaving comments and thumbsing up the video and interacting and stuff. That's always fun to see. You know, I try to make these as entertaining as I can, and I appreciate everybody who just sticks around and enjoys it, you know, that kind of thing. And yeah. So Nova's still taking a jog, and oh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but I'm calling it Mischa, if I'm saying that correctly. So she's next. So she wants to join the party too. Well, let's see here. We got a burnt wheat thin. We got to find a Mischa, we got her head so far. Does she have accessories, or is that just it for her? She's just 4 pieces? I didn't give her a life jacket. Well, we got a spare one we can give her. But I got to follow the book first. Let's put her together. There we go. There. Now she's ready to go on vacation. Doesn't that sound fun? Go to the beach and go down that slide. She'll have to swim to it, though, and probably Nova and Christopher will keep pushing her off, saying, no, this is for couples only, but we don't know. She might be going out with somebody else, but that's who Mischa is. If I'm not pronouncing it right, somebody help me out with it in the comments. Except, there we go. Not too bad at all. Now she can join everybody over there. And now it looks like we're building the island. Not too bad at all. I got to get the random bin of parts. And we got to pull out a plate here. And yeah, some of you probably want to hear how bad my week's been going. It was not fun last week. With the really bad thing that happened to me. Sunday night. I was getting ready for bed, flossing my teeth, and I saw something pop out of my mouth. It was a crown. Boy, talking about miserable. And I was doing it while I was watching YouTube videos, so obviously I wasn't in the bathroom flossing. And I'm glad I did, because if this thing would have flown, it would have went down the sink. And so I had to go to the dentist, go through an emergency, get it fixed. That wasn't fun. Set me back a few hundred, but so be it. But nothing bad, no cavities or anything. So, and I have to go back in like a month or two to go back for my cleaning. So, but it was a quickie, but I just did not want to go down there. And it was like, we're talking, I had to be there at 12 o'clock. It was an emergency, so I had to take a partial day off to do it. They didn't have to shoot me with Novocaine or anything, which I was thankful for, because I did not want to get a needle shoved in me, because that stuff makes me drowsy. So just had to take a little bit of time off to do that. And yeah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all. And I mean, I hate going to the dentist. I try to dread it. Another thing that happened is I had a customer who wanted a refund, or supposedly, until we fixed the issue. And I was unaware of this at the time. When I was doing a lot of my building guides, anything below manual 100, which is 1 through 99, they were not compressed. So the guy said he could not download it at all, and I had to give him back a refund. Well, that would have been my fault when I was looking at it. Now with the newer building guides, I'm starting to compress them more, so I'm going to probably be going back through there and just compressing a lot of my building guides. So I may end up uploading 2 versions of it, compressed and uncompressed. So I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. But so there was no refund, but I was like, oh man. So instead of these 100 megabyte building guides, I'm going to learn how to compress them down a bit more. So you live, you learn. But that was my fault in the end. So yeah, but we took care of that. I think he's happy with his build. He was really appreciative. It opened up because I sent it through him via email, and he could open up the building guides. So I don't know, it could have been rebrickable, but still I think I'm going to compress the building guides a bit more. So kind of almost skated my way through that one, so that wasn't too bad. So that just tells me I need to just improve them a bit more. I think the DPI settings, dots per inch, need to be reduced. I mean, it's just how it is. And now we are all starting to get, which is the third item, the DMV notices coming in the house. So everybody now so far, except me, because I haven't got mine yet, have to go down and get vision test we have to go down to a physical office and do that. My mom's got to do it, and she doesn't want to get a real idea. So if you're already down there, I said I would just do it and get it done. But I'm hoping she'll pass her vision test. She should. I mean, her vision at 70, I'm trying to think, 71, 72, still 20/20. I wish I was blessed with 20/20 vision. I don't know what that's like. So I don't know, but I think she'll be fine with it. But out here, if you're 70 or older, they make you go into the DMV and waste their time and waste your time doing that. I think that's so dumb. If you got a perfect driving record where you haven't been in any wrecks and she's never been into any of that stuff, you should not have to go waste your time in a field office. But in the same breath, out here, they complain that their offices are always booked. Yeah, do I need to say any more on that? You know, so I'm just like, you know, okay, you know, that's just how it is. Well, it's kind of a steep shore, isn't it? So that was pretty much how eventful my last week was. I'm trying to think of anything else that was bad. Well, the battery in my car died. I had to go get another one of those. The heat's zapping them out. So I've been kind of thinking on how to put a fan or something on the battery to keep the batteries cool in the cars. So I don't know. And in addition to all that, we lost power when it was like 100 and something degrees. Isn't that cool? That's always fun. And everybody's phones were dead or just about dying. Well, I snagged one of these a solar panel from one of the big box stores a while back. Never really used it, and well, now I have a jig set up to where we could charge phones outside, which is really nice. So I just got to think of something else for that. And I'm glad I wasn't filming anything important, because my tutorial camera, obviously, doesn't have a battery, so I got to find a battery for it. Even if it's new old stock or I have to make one, I don't care. I just need to think of a way to do that just in case I lose power. And in addition, I'm going to get this ring light battery powered too. So everything in here will be battery just in case we lose power. Because the area I'm in, we don't experience them, but a lot of people have seen them lately as rolling blackouts. They'll black everything out to save power out here, or safety shut off too. Yeah, I don't know, so I kind of just deal with that, that kind of thing, but that's just how they do things out here. I don't know. I'll at least go closer over here. Okay. Make sure your hinge is facing this way here. So yeah, that was pretty much how miserable my week's been. So, but I have a feeling, because my license is due in a few months, and I have a gut feeling they're going to call me in. And vision impairments for me, that means I got to go through a whole 2 to 3 month process to keep my license. That's not fun. And hopefully I don't have to go through a driving test. I think, you know, I've never been pulled over, never had speeding tickets, never been in collisions. But I have taken probably in my life 5 driving tests just to prove that I could still visually see. But that's the cards I was dealt with. Okay, sorry about that. I had to go check on someone. Now it looks like we're building something that goes in the middle here. But yeah, getting these friend sets, these are the ones I want to jump into. I got one more city set, I believe. I got 2 city sets that I got to do. So I'm doing biggest down to smallest, just to break up the monopolist of just building the same thing over and over and over again. So just to make these more interesting, I'm just splitting builds up. I'm not building nothing but city sets, because I've been getting more requests for friend sets than city sets. So we're going to try to do these first. This looks like some kind of steps here. Sits right down in there so far. And I'm about halfway through my battery. I try to use the battery on this thing as much as I can. Oh, but here's a little status update on getting things done. And these just go in front of those round tiles. I got that big city tower done. I got the train filmed. I've already went through parts 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 are done. You'll see those probably in a day or two. So I'm hoping to get the train done by next week sometime. Probably already have seen it by the time I release this, but just for my notes. And yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. And now it looks like we're moving on to some lounge chairs. But for me, just getting a lot of this stuff done now is just kind of a... I'm getting a bunch of chores. And out here, they like sticking a lot of chores through the summertime because they know a lot of people are off out here. And I don't want to leave the house. Not when it's like 108, 109 degrees. It's unhealthy. The air's unhealthy out here. It's dusty. Oh no, you gotta come and do this, you gotta go do that. I'm like rolling my eyes thinking, oh, why couldn't we do this when it's cold? Oh, we don't do things when it's cold outside. Well, I do. Cold outside out here is like in the 50s and 60s. It's like spring weather for a lot of the other states. Okay. We're going to start with sticker number 2, and you're going to need to do this 4 times. The easiest way to do this is I'm going to put all these on first, and then I'm going to put the stickers on here. So we're going to start with sticker number 2. I've noticed so far stickers are consecutive, so we've already done 1. Now we're going to do 2 on there, and then 3 will come next. And here's 2, just some floral... or just some sea creatures and stuff for cushions, seat cushions. So now I gotta put these on here. At least the stickers are not too bad, but this is going to get really repetitive. So I'm going to say right now, bag 1, you could split it up into 2 people, because they're isolated. So I'm going to say I think this set can be built by more than 6 people. Obviously one person can put this together, but it's not so much fun unless you have a bunch of friends with you here to help you out. Some people do solo builds. This is their relaxation. Hey, I don't blame you. And then now we got to put these on here. We're going to put sticker number 3 on these. So I'm going to do what they're doing here. We haven't figured out what we're going to do for vacation this summer, but everybody kind of wants to stay at home with the heat. I live with a bunch that they prefer the heat over the cold, where for me, I like it freezing cold outside. When it's freezing cold, man, I got tons of energy. You know, that kind of thing. But that's just how it is. And then sticker number 3 goes on those signs. And I think the floral pattern's going to match, so the little dolphins go on one side here. You can put these on any way you want. And then after you're done, you just swing these down like that. Okay, so that one is done. We'll place that on here. So they give you a little portion of a beach. So I don't think this one's going to be quite scaled for city or friends themes. It looks like it's going to be a very fun play set. What's my score right now on this? I've been forgetting to do that a lot. I'm going to say my score on this set right now is a 9, and you probably can guess why. Stickers. Because what am I doing right now? Putting stickers on everything. Okay. Making sure I get those on correctly. You got to match them. Do you have to match them? You can do it. Get your set. You can do it any way you want. But yeah, there's your little lounges. You can keep those on there if you want. Use them for other builds. That's not a bad idea for lounges. Problem is, minifigures or mini dolls are not going to easily fix to those. And now we got to take our wheat thin and put it here. I think it's supposed to hang over like that, so let me show you here. This probably goes in those two tubes there at the end. So maybe this tilts. Oh yeah, it does. It has an arrow. I wonder if that's going to get defaced with the sticker. We don't know yet. I thought I had the phone turned off. Oh, somebody sent me a gift. Cool. Well, I'll accept your gift when I am done here. Okay, I put these in backwards. So I'm going to have to pop these out and flip these around here. Stick that back in like that so you can have an umbrella. Sometimes I get my... Oh, what was it? When I went to the dentist office, and I always have a problem with this, is left and right. Up and down's real easy. So, like, oh, you got to turn left here, and I'm turning right. Like, whoops, my bad. And counting stuff is not too bad, but it's like, oh, go to door number 8. Okay, fine, I can do that. There we go. Now it looks like we're building some sort of little cabinet thing. We still got a stick. I see a sticker coming up, so we got a sticker we got to put on here. Dark brown window frames. That's not a bad color to grab a hold of, especially if you're building like older style homes, maybe cabins. Sticker number 4, which is a bell. I don't know why we have a bell there. Maybe that's an alarm or something to say that somebody's drowning in the plate water. We don't know. Oh, if you think you're done with stickers, no. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just a little disgusted with the amount of stickers. They're not hard. There's just too many of them here for a friend set, which is sticker number 5, which is that, which is some kind of checklist. So we got... Well, okay, here we go. We got Nova, Aron, Sage, and Liann. So somebody's obviously missing here from the list. There we go. So I guess you have to sign up for some kind of kiosk. Oh, but I put that on backwards. You know what that means? Take it off and flip it around. So it goes like this. You know what? That almost looks like something you'd see like in one of those restaurants where it says wait to be seated and they got the thing there. Yeah. And that goes right here. So when you come out of the water, you got to check in with the bail. And that's it for this installment. And that's what we have remaining. Summation of Thoughts. Honestly, so far, the set is keeping my interest. Stickers, I mean, we've already went through probably about 25% of the sheet, maybe 30%. That's still a lot to go through. But at least now we have concluded building guide number 1, and so far, the set is keeping my interest, which is always a good thing. So we'll set everybody up here on, even including Flipper. Or what was that one show I was watching? That old show called Marine Boy with, what's that thing? Thrasher. They called him Thrasher, but it sounded like, I don't know what they did back in the 60s, but it sounded like somebody was pushing in and out of straw real fast in those things. But honestly, though, you are getting a lot of accessories. And, well, let's put these two ladies over here. Christopher can sit by himself over here because he's got cooties, I don't know. And, yeah, so far, though, I would say 2 people can build this up to this point. And let's start setting up our suitcases here. And I'm just preparing. You may not see everything. Put the surfboard here. I got to take a thumbnail, so I'm just preparing right now for the thumbnail stuff. But honestly, though, just this alone here would have made a nice little set. Just this piece alone here would have. And I'm pretty pleased with it. The only thing I'm not pleased with is the amount of stickers that are with this set. It's just kind of, I don't know, I just don't like dealing with all the stickers. But essentially that's it. But at least it comes with the brick separator, and it is keeping my, especially as an adult. And honestly, I'm pretty pleased. It's fun so far. So tell me what you think.